Okay, so this video review is going to be about Bruce Lee's history with Chinese restaurants on the American West Coast. This is the first time this type of review has ever been done, I believe anywhere, Facebook, internet, YouTube. So I thought this would be a little bit interesting. This is the first part of the review. I've already showed the diorama and the menu. This is a three-part review. It's going to be about Bruce Lee's time with these his favorite Chinese restaurants, and his time with them. So here goes the review. I acquired this original menu from Ruby Chow's restaurant. This is the exact menu that Bruce Lee would serve the tables with. I've been searching for this for years. I mean, part of it has to do with Bruce working there, but also I just love the red is my favorite color. Red and gold are my, like I said before, favorite colors. I love the font, the Chinese style font. I'm not going to take this out because it cost me quite a bit of money, and it's just extremely hard to find. I probably will never find this again. So that's the original menu, late 50s to the early 60s. Ruby Chow's with the Chow symbol. If I had better lighting, you'd be able to see the gold more. Okay, so we're gonna go down here. This is an original matchbook from Ruby Chow's. It's kind of like a gold foil metallic. It's very hard to find a full matchbook, not a used matchbook cover. So this is a full mint condition unused matchbook from Ruby Chow's. There's the symbol on the back. It opens up, but I really don't want to open it up. You can see the matches inside are gold, and it's just black inside. It has the address and the hours on the inside. I have two of these, and I have a lot of very rare, more rare versions of the used matchbook covers, the designs. One of which, the earliest examples, was made in my city that I live, San Jose, California. So that's one example right there, and you've seen this before, but I added a little detail to it. I actually took the exact photo that Bruce Lee was in, standing against the restaurant, and I tried to replicate that as best as I could with the little image of Bruce standing by the steps right there. Okay, so this is the first part of the review. Bruce, as he worked at Ruby Chow's restaurant, 1959. He got out of Ruby Chow's in 1963. After his 1963 trip to Hong Kong, when he came back, he got out of Ruby Chow's. He did not like working there. Ruby had too many rules set, and Bruce thought he was going to be a guest, but he ended up becoming a busboy, server, dishwasher. So yeah, this covers the first part of the review. And another thing, while Bruce worked at Ruby Chow's, this is where he first learned to make wontons. So that's another interesting fact right there. Okay, I'm going to continue on to part two. Okay, so this is the second part of the review of Bruce Lee's history with Chinese restaurants in the American West Coast. So this right here is an original menu from Tai Tung Restaurant. Now, it was called Tai Tung Restaurant by Bruce Lee, by, the Seattle group and many others. But the restaurant opened 1935, and it would stay with the name Tai Tung Cafe, even on the window and the signs, until like the later part of the 60s. This right here is an early menu from the early 60s. There's another one that looks just like this, but the font is actually almost like a brownish red, and the prices are about maybe 30 cents cheaper than the ones in here. So this menu and the one right before it are the ones that Bruce Lee and the Seattle group would use when they went to go eat at Tai Tung Cafe, Tai Tung restaurant. So this was actually Bruce Lee's favorite Chinese restaurant in Seattle. I'm only doing reviews on Bruce Lee's favorite restaurants. So this is one of them. Ruby Chow's is an exception because he worked there and lived there. So this is, I'm gonna open this up and show you the inside of it. This is a Tai Tung Cafe located at 655 South King Street, Seattle, Washington. Look inside the menu. Here's the menu inside. If you look at the prices, a lot of times the prices will tell you the era. You see the prices? We're gonna look for Bruce's favorite dish, which is oyster beef. So here's all the prices and the dishes. And I'm gonna try to locate the oyster beef right there. Oyster sauce beef, $1.50. Okay, so these prices are definitely 1960s, early 60s prices. The 50s, the 40s, everything was usually under $1. When you get to the 70s, you start noticing they're like in the almost around $2 range. And then you get to the mid 70s and it's like over $2, and you get to the 80s and it's like $3 and over. So that's another way to tell the era of the menu. A lot of people don't know about the what prices were for which plates in which time periods. So this right here is one of the menus that was around when Bruce Lee was eating at Tai Tung restaurant with the Seattle group. And I'm gonna fold this up. Some of these original menus from the time Bruce Lee was there, it's very possible that they went through his hands. You'll never know for sure, but these are the exact versions, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go for the exact version menus of when Bruce Lee was there. I know I can obtain a Tai Tung restaurant menu if I look hard enough from a later period, but I mean, it's really senseless to me, you know, because I know it was never at that time period. So I'm really trying my hardest to locate these. I'm not a menu collector, but I am going for the few menus that were of Bruce's favorite restaurants. So this is Tai Tung Cafe / Tai Tung restaurant later on. And I'm gonna move on to the third part of the review. Okay, so this is the third part of the review for Bruce Lee's history with Chinese restaurants on the American West Coast. Okay, so here's a picture right here from 1967 of Bruce and Little Joe, Joe Tornueva. And Little Joe was a student and friend of Bruce Lee from the LA school, 628 College Street. Little Joe met Bruce in 1967 while attending the school, a student of the school of the Jianfan Kung Fu Institute. So this right here, this photo has been confused a lot of times of being at Tai Tung restaurant in Seattle, which is not the case. I know they use this photo a lot to promote that restaurant because we really haven't seen any photos of Bruce at Tai Tung. I would love to see if there's any out there. I still have not seen any of Bruce there. It's a fact that Bruce did go to Tai Tung in Seattle. He's, I believe, written about it in his letters, Tai Tung restaurant, and it was said that he celebrated his 20th birthday on November 27th, 1960 in Seattle at Tai Tung. But this photo right here is actually from Golden Dragon Restaurant in Los Angeles, located at 960 North Broadway Street, New Chinatown. It was called New Chinatown at the time. So yeah, This photo right here, I knew it was 1967 just by the way Bruce's haircut looked, and also Little Joe's with him. So that's another indication that this is LA. I don't recall Little Joe ever going to Seattle. So I had actually talked to Little Joe, or Joe Tornueva, and he confirmed to me that this is at the Golden Dragon Restaurant on Broadway, 960, between the hours of 11 a.m. and 3. The restaurant would serve dim sum between 10 and 3. So yeah, that's the history on this photo right here. And I'm gonna move on to this other part of the review. These are a matchbook cover and a full matchbook from the time period that Bruce and Little Joe were there. So here's the used matchbook cover right here. You see that? There's the address, and there's the logo on there. There's the phone number. The 626-2039 phone number has remained the same till this day, from when the restaurant opened in 1962. So yeah, that's that's a long time to have that phone number. Turn it around, and it says catering to banquets for 20 to 500. Okay, Golden Dragon. And if you look closely, this was manufactured by Universal Match Corp, Los Angeles. Okay, so I'm gonna put that back right there. And now this right here, I was very lucky to get this full matchbook. You don't really see Golden Dragon vintage matchbooks from that era, and it is full, unused. So I had to get that. Now I'm gonna move on to the next item, okay? And I've seen menus from this restaurant. As time went on, they moved to like different colors. In the late 70s to an orange, and then the 80s they moved to yellow. But I was able to acquire the original menu from the 60s all the way to the early 70s. This was the menu that the Golden Dragon used. While Bruce and Little Joe and others would go to the Golden Dragon, this was the actual menu. So the later menus from the late 70s, mid 70s, early 80s, it looked just like this same design. Only difference is it was the 70s was an orange color, and all this text in print was black. There was no color to it. So this is the very first menu, and menu design as well. There's the address right there, same phone number, dating back then. Now I'm gonna open up this menu and show you the inside. Okay. So here's the inside of the menu. It's a one-piece menu that just folds in half, unlike Ruby Chow's, which has pages inside. So here's the prices. Here's the hours. Like I said, daily 10 a.m. to 3. Okay. There's the prices. There, you see those as the prices went up a little bit, closer to $2. Late 60s, early 70s prices. This is definitely a menu that was around when Bruce Lee was there. Bruce Lee had his school open from February 1967 to the very beginning of 1970. So here we go right here. And let's see if we can find the oyster beef right here. So you see from the previous menus, they were like $1.60. Where is it at? Right here. They were like around, see the prices? That's how you know the era that you're in. Oyster beef sauce, $1.65. The other one, I think, Thai tongue was like around $1.50. Okay, so it went up a little bit. So that right there concludes the third part of my review. Thank you for watching.